Oh, I'll be making louver shutters, I have, yeah. It's been a bit of a challenge. It's been driving me absolutely crazy. There's so many little factors you've got to think about when making louver shutters. Now, when I first started making these louver shutters, I made a jig. Yeah, I made a jig, this jig, right? It's not a comb for a giant, no. It is my louver jig, and it has been working okay. But when using a router on softwood, and at 45 degrees, it's so easy to get breakout. So basically, the little pieces in between, each of these little rabbets, they break out. You've got to be so careful. I've had to food the cases of that happening, and you've got to glue them back in again, and it's just a pain in the neck. It's not efficient, no. So I thought to myself, there's got to be a better way, or another way. So I thought, have a go at another way. Now, I see some issues with this other way as well, which I'm about to share here. I am. Let's put that over there. I've made a sled. So here's my sled. It ain't finished yet, but I'll just give you the idea and the concept behind it. And it's basically a piece of older door, kitchen door, with a little bit of wood there. And gone all the way through because I don't want to interfere with the 8-feet table. So, okay, I know I could put a slot in the 8-feet table, but I haven't. Now, that basically just sits in that slot. I set that, okay, to the fence when I first, worked out where the actual little bit of wood's got to go. I do it to the fence, and now it goes backwards and forwards. I should do up and down the table, and I've got this fence there set at 45 degrees. Now, on the face of it, it seemed like a good idea. Now, the difference here, though, is that when I use this jig over here, right, every single one of these will end up being in exactly the same place. So when I reverse it, and as long as I start in the same place, the reverse will be in exactly the same place. There's no cumulative error, okay? But with this technique, which I'll show you, demonstrate in a minute, because I've had a little bit of play, that's all I've done with it so far, and I thought, I'll make a video, explain how, I got to this stage. It's also got to be reversible. At the moment, I've only done it in one direction to see if it would work. And it does, but then it's come up with a potential issue. A cumulative error. I need to find a way how I can register one side to the other side, so one style to the other style, okay? So these louvres end up in exactly the same place. Otherwise, you can have louvres doing that on the, as they come down. Okay. Stop the markers. So I don't know quite how I'm going to do that yet. Maybe you've got an idea. Leave it in the comments down below. But the idea of this jig comes from basically what we used to do. We'll do if I'm doing box joints. Like a finger joint in a corner for to create a box. You could do this the same way. This fence could go that way. And what I've done here is there's a little pin. All right, it's literally a cut off nail, 3mm nail. All right, and I've drilled a 3mm hole in the board. And basically, what you have to do is for this to work, you remove that. Even though I just put it back in. It's tight. I don't want it vibrating into the blade. You see. All right, so you have to remove that. I might create a little place here to actually store it as well. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yeah, anyway. And then you have to create your first slot, right? And to do that, you can do that with, I'll make a little gauge for it actually, so I can mark it, like a marking gauge. So it just goes round the bed, round each face, and then I just run a pencil on, and then I can do, my first one can be a visual. And then that one then sets all the others. So you start off with one, okay, like I did here. I started off with that one here. And once you've got that one, you can create all the others. It's simple, right? So now, let's say for instance, once we've done that first, created our first one, we can put the pin in, all right, tab it down so it's not too high. And then we can move the fence out of the way, obviously. Obviously, that's going to be right out of the way because I need the length there because obviously, some of these louvers are like 1.8 metres long. And there is enough room to the wall just there, thankfully, for me to do this. So you'd start out over here and you'd work your way along. and it's in each one is set as 2 separate panels, right? So, so the only accommodator I'd get between there and there and there and there. But some of the shutters are taller than this one. So yeah, so it could potentially be an issue. So all I have to do now is use that slot, okay? So this one here, the end one, if I want to create another slot here or rabbet there, I can place it over that pin. And I've done the pin and not a piece of wood because I haven't got, let's tap it in a bit deeper, it's interfering with it. I haven't got a dado head in. I'm just doing it on the saw blade, all right? So and that way I go one side to cut and the other side to cut. Okay. What's happening there? Something jack. If I found another issue, so that's good, like see. If I go further over here, it's not moving. So that's something I've got to watch out for. What's that? Oh, hang on. Oh, that's right. I had the actual nails sticking too far up. All right, so you got to watch that. So you've got to make sure that's deep enough. All right, so that's better. That'll probably be right in time. Do you know what I mean? So when I actually finish this, I'll put a little blade guard over the blade, so that ain't protruding at all here. So there'll be like a little shroud. No, basically, all I'll do is I'll fix a piece of wood on top of that and cut through it, right? And that will shroud the actual saw blade enough so I can actually see it here, so when I can set my depth, right? So that's one idea I'm gonna do. All right, let's give it a go, shall we? Let's see if it works. All right, we've got a full movement now. Just why is that still high? Might have to shorten my pin. Oh, I can see why. When I made my first cut, right, I missed a bit. That right, we'll sort that out. That'll be fine. All right, so that's gonna sit on there like so, and then once we create that next one, all right, we'll be able to create the next one after that, next one after that, next one after that. But that's where you get your cumulative error. That was my worry. So I created that one there, and then now I can use that one on the pin yet again, okay? And then we can carry on. Now if you use the dado head, you'd be able to do it in one foul swoop if you want. But I want to reduce that breakout. And using the 3.2mm thick blade certainly does that. Yeah, that's doing it. Oh, it says a possibility that maybe I should have that pin a little bit further away. Look at this. Because I think they're a bit close together. And I'm already seeing some error. This one, that last one, seems a little bit closer than that one for some reason. Yes, definitely. How can that happen when it's just there? That doesn't make any sense. Ah. What I need to do is take up some of the slack in my sledge. What I'll do is I'll put some PTFE tape on either side of it. And that'll be smoother then as well. You could actually just keep it to one side if you want to. You can just push, you know, if you put pressure that way. But the likelihood is you're going to forget, aren't you? What's happened is that slot, that piece of wood, I've made it a little bit too narrow. Just a fraction too narrow. Yeah. So what I'll do is, yeah, I'll put a bit of PTF tape on that. That'll do the trick. Right. Let's try the other direction, shall we? Can you go the other direction? Will it work? Or can you only work from that direction? Or can I just turn that around? No, you work in the other direction. Haha, do that. Let's carry on. Let's give another go. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's what it is. I need to create some. So if you do this, if you're doing anything trying accurate, especially creating box joints, what have you, you need to make sure that they're spot on. But remember, your box joints, you're only going to be looking at a width, aren't you? You know, the top, yes, depth of a box. I don't know. Maybe you'll do. I don't know. Maybe you're going to do a chest. It's going to be that tall, but it's not going to be as tall as that. So you know, cumulative error is a bit of an issue. Yeah. You take that slack out of that. But that last one was definitely better. So the width is good. Well, all the way around. Yeah, 1/2 inch width. I would say they could done with being a little bit further away. Hang on, is it 1/2 inch away? Oh, that is about right. Feels like it should be a little bit more. Okay, well, anyway. Have you got any ideas regarding the registry? Making sure I get it in exactly the right place. That's my only concern now. Because if you work, it's like Chinese whispers, isn't it? You know, if you keep working off one, then the next, then the next, then the next, then the next, you're going to have the cumulative error. And you tell me what you think. Please leave it in the comments down below. Any advice is welcome. Because I don't have any fancy louver shutter machines, like the big factories or anything like that. And I've still got quite a few to make. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please boop the like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. And maybe hit the little bell icon because you get one face in your pocket every time I upload another video. But this is a bit of a call out, really. I need a bit of help. I'm always in one.